This is an exchange between a boss and a subordinate.
最初いくらだ？3020万でございます。全くダメじゃん。全く。なあ。何やってんのお前。回収いたします。なあ。本当申し訳ありません。いや。部長申し訳ない。回収します。それでさっきに3万とか抑えてるんだろてめえは。全然足りねえじゃん。全然足りねえじゃん。全然足りねえじゃん。全然足りねえじゃん。全然足りねえじゃん。全然足りねえじゃん。全然足りねえじゃん。全然足りねえじゃん。
The name of company is Takefuji, which used to be listed with the first section of the Tokyo Stock Exchange as the largest consumer credit company in Japan. The boss is relentlessly bullying his subordinate. On the other hand, it is the state of staff training at Osho Food Service Corporation, one of the most famous restaurant business companies in Japan. The staff there have to shout with expressing his dream and loyalty to the company until the trainer says okay. The trainer proudly showed it us on TV. It reminded us of severe hazing by a military officer of Imperial Japan rather than CEO. Selamat datang ke Jepang. Hi there, how's it going? Incidentally, do you know him? Oh, you must know him, because he owns clothing stores around the world, including 48 stores in Malaysia and 27 stores in Singapore. He is Mr. Yanai, CEO of Uniqlo, the richest person in Japan with his asset of 3.4 trillion yen. In spite of that prosperity of his company and his personal asset, it is widely known that this company has different and controversial aspects. Japan is a country where a lifetime employment system traditionally prevails. But Uniqlo is totally different. Their job turnover reaches 50% in 3-year work and even over 80% in 5-year work. You might say it's okay lah, because Uniqlo is now a global company. They must adapt the global employment system. Job hopping here is nothing new. Okay, and then can you still accept it when you listen to this whistleblowing from the inside? In Japan, normal working hours a day is 8. Unpaid overtime is basically banned by law. Meanwhile, the most of the workers there can't handle their workload within regular working hours. It takes 14 hours a day at least. So, they are virtually forced to punch the time card in 8 hours and stay at work until around 9 p.m. Especially during their peak season, it seems that monthly working hours amount to over 300 hours, including such unpaid overtime. You've got enough? No, I'm not done yet. The half ratio of employees on administrative leave resulted from mental illness, and which ratio is surprisingly 6 times higher than the average of other companies. What a fantastic company! The CEO is in the heyday of his time as the richest person in Japan on the one hand. The employees there are being ruined their life on the other. Major media outlets are unwilling to take up this issue because the company is their major sponsor as well. Generally, it is said that the penalties against violation of the Labor Standard Act is very mild to the employers in Japan, so they don't care about the violation seriously. On top of that, It is said that Japan is a country where starting over is not easy. Once you quit a job within several years, prospective employers are more likely to judge this candidate as being in lack of guts, and even having more potential risk of whistleblowing in the company. So, job quitters embracing such label would have to pick up a new company among the list of inferior working conditions companies. Or should they run away to abroad? It's okay lah. But remember, we are mostly poor English speakers. Welcome to the country of modern slavery. Lastly, let me tell you one episode that I heard from a guy. This is a home furnishing company called Nitori, located at the HQ in Hokkaido, Japan. This company is famous as the largest and fast growing in the industry in Japan. The guy, a quarter century ago, participated in a job fair to listen to the recruiter of the company. The recruiter said, "In our company, there is no unpaid overtime. Once you worked overtime, bosses are scolded by higher-ups unless it's paid. Paid leave? All of us can take a lot. No worries. We are a wholesale company under the sound management." He was convinced of their replies and entered the company. So, what has become of him? On the first day, he witnessed his seniors were being scolded with throwing ashtray by their area manager due to their poor sales at the morning meeting. Like the case of Uniqlo, he also seems to have to keep working 14 hours every day, even giving up his off days. But he was first to agree to have worked overtime for only 1.5 hours during the month on the accounting deadline for monthly salary. Besides, he had to buy pieces of furniture by himself to contribute the sales on the day. He was not the only one. His manager were working longer hours even if he suffered from high fever. He seems to find that this was the reason why in Japan, people were less likely to have children, and which caused us to population decrease, because it is evident that the children will fall into the hostage to the company to protect their life. A few months later, he was determined to quit the job with the risk of facing much inferior working conditions next time. Do you believe his story? That cannot be true? Too much exaggeration? Haha, no need to doubt. I know it is true. Because it is the story of mine. Again, selamat datang ke Japan. That's about it. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you as always for watching my Samurai Japanglish vlog. Sayonara, jumpa lagi. Jepun boleh.